This is the Trade Machine Podcast, and we're back after a short hiatus. Hunter had some issues, and we've actually been looking for him for several weeks. But we found him. You'll never guess where we found him. In the nail aisle at Home Depot. He was eating them. It was insane. But he's better. We're back. He could have been in the toilet aisle, so it gets better. But
I had a lot of different ones.
The season ends this weekend. We're coming to the end of the regular season. It's been a fun season. It's been kind of a crazy season. And so what we're going to do is our concept today, because there's been a lot of, one of the stories of this year has been the 65 game rule. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do a little draft for each award where we're each going to give our pick if the 65 game rule never existed. And my thought is, I don't think it's going to change that much. I think the only person in these that it might change, well, we'll let Rich get to that in a minute. But so we did a little random spin for who's going to go first, and then we'll just snake it for each award. So we're going to go MVP first, and yours truly has the floor. And I don't want to get cute. I'm going to go with Shai. He's a minus 7,000 favorite. I don't think there's any. He's shooting 60% on twos. I think there was a stat. Shaq never shot 60% on twos. Like, this is special stuff. Like, it's the most efficient scoring season. I've always said that the most impressive offensive season I've ever seen was Steph in 2016 because he broke the record with like 272 threes in 15, and then 2016 he had 400. It was just one of the most insane seasons I've ever seen. But and what's crazy is we actually did a whole like Shai Steph pod where we were talking about the Thunder and the Warriors 10 years back for the 10-year anniversary of the 15-16 season. And Shai's kind of having his own historic season, a lot like Steph did on a back-to-back MVP. And I'm just going to say it. We called it. We called it because Steph's going to win the MVP. We said, what do they need to do to be a dynasty? Shai has to take a step up from a historic MVP last year, and he's done it. I'm not sure there's much else to say. I know there's the whole thing about foul baiting. Yeah. Rich is not allowed to talk about that because he roots for Luka Doncic.
You know what's crazy?
So it's automatically moot.
The Lakers got just demolished in that game.
Yeah.
Shai had, did his thing. He got a win and got a foul. And Luka did the same thing on the other end. I said that exact phrase. I'm like, yeah, we got a foul baiter too. Y'all better watch out. And then we were down by 15. And it was just like, okay, well, never. But yeah,
they're two of the GOATs. They're two of the GOATs. When it comes to drawing fouls, they are really two of the GOATs. So that's who I got. Hunter, you got any thoughts on
my
Shai?
team has the actual GOAT.
Who?
James Harden.
You're not taking James Harden for MVP. Oh, foul baiting. Sorry. I thought you were saying James Harden was your pick, bro. That was actually going to scare
me. You think I was going to call him the actual GOAT?
I don't know. Hunter, you're an insane person. I wouldn't be shocked if you did that.
I have the most normal takes here. You have the bad ones because you're a biased Celtics fan.
I'm a less biased fan than you are. I'm not doing this with you. We don't have that. I just can't do it.
The truth? But
Hunter, who are you taking? We've talked about Shai enough. It's an all-time great season. I don't want to hear the Shai hate. I understand. Like, he gets 25 free throws in a game. That's a little excessive. You're taking Jokic.
Yeah, 28-point triple-double.
Earlier in the season.
It's just...
Okay, average.
Yeah, it's insane.
No, he's averaging 28 triple-double. That's his stat line, and it just feels wrong that someone like that isn't even really considered for MVP right now.
Third?
He's third currently.
Who is second?
If Luka was here, he would probably be... What do you mean, who's second?
Am I forgetting someone? I'm definitely forgetting someone.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm taking Jokic over him anyways, I'm going to be honest.
I don't think Rich is going to take him. We lost Rich, so hopefully he comes back soon. I don't think Rich
I know he's not going to take him. He wanted the 65 games thing just for this moment right here.
Take Luka. Yeah. I don't think Rich is going to take Wemby. And you know what? It's okay, though, because if he doesn't, we have to talk about him.
I think the NBA just might be the most talented it's been in a while.
I think it is. It reminds me of 2016. It really does. It reminds me of 10 years ago. We talked about how could this be a similar year talent-wise, and I actually think it kind of is. because you got to think in 15-16, the three best players in the league were LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry. Right, in whatever order you wanted to put them in. During the regular season, it was probably Steph, then LeBron, then KD. This year, you're getting very similar stuff from Shai, Jokic, and Wemby, but you've also got Luka doing his stuff.
And Cade.
It doesn't even include Giannis because he only played 41 games or whatever. This is as stacked as the league has ever been, I really think. It's close. At the top of the league, the talent at the top of the league is special. And maybe here's a question before we get to Rich, because we talked about Jokic. He's already a top 15 player. Giannis is already a top 15 player. 10 years ago, we had Steph, KD, and LeBron, three top, at worst, 12 players of all time, right? Right now, we're having very similar outputs from Shai, Jokic, Wemby, and Luka. Is there any world, and Giannis, right? And Jokic and Giannis are already top 15 players. They've got the MVPs. They've got the title. Is there a world where we're also looking at Shai and Luka as top 15 all-time players? Because I'm convinced Wemby's going to be one, and Shai might be one if he wins this year.
Shai, if he wins this year, he's two-time MVP already, and he's 27?
Which
two-time MVP? I'm talking if he wins the finals.
I think
also two-time champion. So
a championship this year gives him.
I mean, we know who can beat him. You know what I'm saying?
Locked in.
I
think he's a Hall of Famer already, but
he's already in the Hall because Manu Ginobili's in the Hall. You know, and he was a six man. Like, don't get me wrong, Manu's the GOAT six man. That's not Manu.
Yeah, it's a lot easier than the NFL to get into the Hall of Fame.
Right, Yao Ming barely played, and he's in the Hall of Fame. It don't take much. But Shai is looking like,
you would think.
He's doing Kobe stuff. I don't know how else to say it. Like, he's doing actual Kobe stuff for multiple years in a row now.
It's amazing. Shai is probably my favorite player to watch if you're just talking about breaking down basketball. But I hate it, bro. I cannot stand OKC right now because of how good they are, especially with the recent, news of the Lakers and whatnot. It's hard to watch, bro, because it's not my team. But I love it, though. It's hard. Yeah.
I was talking with our friend Cam about that same thing, where he's like, I understand the greatness, but with OKC being this good when the Nuggets have Jokic, he's like, he just has to hate them. He hates watching Shai Gilgeous Alexander play. And my team's in the East. My team hasn't played OKC in the finals. And I've loved Shai ever since he got drafted. I feel like I was early on Shai. The two guys that I was always really big on were Shai and Bam. We just lost Rich again. This might be real bad. I don't know. That Wi-Fi is going bad for him. But the question is, Hunter, Shai, Luka, Wemby, any of those guys cracking the top 15 all time?
Yeah, definitely Shai. I feel like.
I think Shai might be a lock after this year, like we said.
If Wemby gets at least 8 years of what he's doing, I feel like that one's also like a lock, it feels like. Luka's probably the hardest one to get there, but he's like a definite top 30 if he plays, 5-6 more years?
Yeah, the question for Luka is he ever going to win?
He has to win one.
And is he ever going to win a championship?
He has to win a championship or an MVP to be in that conversation.
He has to win both to be in that conversation.
I mean, to even be talked about.
Yeah. I know Rich is going to take Luka, so as soon as Rich gets back on here, we're going to talk a little bit of Luka. What is your take on I have a question I want to ask at the Rookie of the Year conversation. I was going to ask it later. I'll ask it now. I'll wait until then. But do you think that OKC is running away with it in the playoffs, or do you think any other teams have a real chance in the West? And if so, who?
I mean, they're still in a fight for the first spot in the West, so I don't think they're really going to run away with it. Maybe the first 2 rounds they could, but Spurs definitely could make it a tough series in the conference finals if they do face each other.
Spurs and Nuggets, either of them could.
Nuggets could get any series because they have Jokic.
Yeah, either of those teams could beat them. All right, So I took Shai. Hunter took Jokic. This is crazy because the guy who's second in odds probably isn't going to get drafted because, Rich, you're going to take
Luka Doncic of the Los Angeles.
Yeah, he is.
Historic March, bro.
What's his middle name? It'd be crazy if it was Ramon as well.
Well, with him doing, never mind. But he 600 points in March, bro. He went crazy this month or last month, and it hurts to know that we could be dealing with another very serious hamstring thing. I don't know, man. It's not much more to say. Like, it's Luka, bro. Like, obviously, I can sit here and argue. Everybody knows what makes Luka great. And it's just about him getting over the hump. But I think he proved how valuable he was to the Lakers and what it means for us to have him on the floor. So, but shout out to Kate Cunningham though, who came back tonight.
He did come back tonight,
and because he was definitely one of my top picks. It was one of the reasons I asked you the question. Because I just, it's a little unfair that he probably won't get a chance to even be in the running because I feel like he'd have a good shot at it. Again, you got Shai, who I think that's going to be a back-to-back MVP. But Kate Cunningham, bro, what they've done with that franchise in the last couple of years is, it's not something that I want to just gloss over. Like, it's just something that's easy to do. Like, you just turn a franchise around. Detroit was terrible, bro. Like, they were trash. Like, nobody cared.
I was like, what, 20-something straight?
Yeah, it was like nobody cared.
I think it was the record, right?
Yeah, it was like
it was close. If it wasn't the record, it was close.
That was only like what, 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
I think it was 2 years ago.
So I'm like, bro, and then you see
season before last season.
Not that Detroit isn't a good team without Cade, but you just see how much he elevates when he's there, and that's the true meaning of MVP, in my opinion. Is how much.
100%. The thing that's the sad part about it is not MVP, because he probably wasn't winning MVP either, but he was a first-team All-NBA player, and now he's not going to, that's something that's important when you talk about resumes. Like, I was arguing with a guy about Carmelo versus Tatum, which is just not even close. Like, if you really think Carmelo,
I'm taking Carmelo Tatum, Anthony.
To get at Hunter, you can't even say it with a straight face. You can't even say it with a straight face. Jason Tatum had 4 straight first team All-NBAs. 4 straight.
Just on the Hall of Fame, though.
Jason Tatum's 2023 season he's better in every single statistic than Carmelo Anthony's best season if you just combined all his statistics from his best seasons. If you took his best scoring season, his best assist season, his best defensive season, Jason Tatum's better than all of it in 2023. We're not doing this. I don't know,
because I love both of these players. I can't choose.
We're not doing. I love Melo, but it's just it's getting disrespectful. But I actually think the Tatum Achilles thing the slander has stopped, and people just appreciate.
It will probably start back next year.
Yeah, the second he says some weird Kobe stuff,
they're just giving him a year.
Yeah, which is fine. I'll take it while I got it. What's crazy is the number 2 guy in odds went undrafted. He will not go undrafted here. Rich, who's your pick for Defensive Player of the Year?
Victor Wembanyama. There's no question. I mean,
yeah. Do you even want to pick someone else?
Right.
It's not even close.
This is like the most obvious award, I think.
There's 2 guys. So it's Victor at minus 4,000. Second place is Chet Holmgren at plus 850. Third place is at plus 20,000.
That's exactly what it looks like. After Wemby, I mean, you can, I guess, if you're a Thunder fan, you can make an argument for Chet. But nobody's doing well.
There's no argument. There's no argument.
I'm not listening to
I think I'm early to the party, and we've talked about Jokic. We've talked about Shai. I love both of them. I think Wemby's the best player in the NBA.
I think he will be. I don't know. I don't think I personally don't think he is yet.
Well, I understand.
There is a clear best player in the NBA right now.
I understand that a lot of people say they can't call someone the best player when they haven't played in the playoffs yet.
Yeah.
And I get that. When you got champions and MVPs, my argument is he's the best defensive player I have ever seen. I've never seen someone this dominant defensively, and not just that he's a good defender, is that he completely changes the entire game. Like everyone just stands outside the 3-point line when you play the Spurs.
Yeah.
Because everyone's scared to shoot anything inside of two.
Well, even if you beat him defensively,
Yeah, exactly.
he can just take one step and immediately block your shot from behind you. There's just nothing you can do offensively against him.
He's already averaging like 24 a game. You know, he's the best rebounder in the league. He's the best shot blocker in the league. And he looks like Kevin Durant sometimes. And I think that he's only going to get better. It's not a hot take to say Wemby will be the best player in the league someday, right? That feels like a foregone conclusion. I just feel like ever since the first game of this season, when he put up that 40 ball against Cooper Flag and them and had like 7 blocks or whatever it was, I don't think there's a more dominant player in the NBA right now. And that includes Shai, Jokic, Luka, Giannis, which is the top 5 currently. We could have my Luka debate another day because I can't do Luka hate when he's hurt and he was just averaging 40 for a month. I can't do it. Okay. Yeah, we'll let him heal it. But
the first time you're letting that happen with Tatum being alone.
I would never mind. Anyway, Hunter, who you taking?
There's no point in going for second or not. I'm going with Mobley. I don't care what he's been better. Look. I could take whoever I want.
Give me Names Keita.
There's no okay, Alex. That's not the same. Mobley was Defensive Player of the Year last year, and he's been better defensively than he was last year. His block numbers are up, and he's contesting shots even better than he was. His offense has just been worse than the shooting stats, so no one's really paying attention to him this year. And the team's been a lot worse.
I don't know, man. Give me Keita then. All right, let's keep it pushing.
So Alex didn't take a serious one.
What do you want me to do, Hunter? You want me to take Rudy Gobert?
See, why were you mad at me for Evan Mobley then? What was the point of that?
Evan Mobley's not. I don't even have odds on Evan Mobley. The only guys who have odds on FanDuel now,
Alex,
are Wemby.
You don't have odds because he hasn't played 65 games. That's
whatever. Okay, give me Derek White. I don't know. I'm just.
So you were hold up. No. Your excuse for taking Keita is let's go to another Celtics player.
Just wait until I say Baylor Shireman.
Waiting for the Peyton Pritchard one to happen.
Peyton Pritchard.
That was a fun game.
Oh, dude, the team. I think they're like 13-2 or 11 wins. I can't remember. Something crazy since Tatum's back. The team is special.
I know this is a little off topic, but
yeah,
y'all two teams are my favorite teams to watch right now. Like, no matter what the score is, like y'all could be. I know no matter what the score is going into these third and fourth quarter, Cleveland Celtics always got a chance to win. I'm like, it's just wonderful, like team basketball. I love watching it.
And it's never going to be a blowout game if you're watching the Cavs. No matter the team, it's always within 10 points. Yeah. It feels like.
Do you want to make a bet for the playoffs?
Just want to say, Alex, they have the best last 10 games out of both teams.
No, Hunter, I love the Cavs team. I have 2 things I want to say to that. One, I told you the Cavs were going to be better with James Harden. And not even just a little bit better. They're way better with James Harden.
Yeah, but here's the weird part. It doesn't feel like it watching the games, but then you look at all the wins they've had.
That's James Harden.
They're 8-2 in their last 10, and it just doesn't feel like it.
That's all that matters, bro.
Yeah, he's not fun to watch. James, yeah, he's not fun to watch. He wins basketball games until it's time to win in the playoffs. So they aren't going to get blown out thing. Just wait until he shoots 2 for 11 in the second round in a game 5.
Yeah, but he's not alone on this time. That's the whole team. Maybe it cancels out because everyone on the team has that problem.
It's not going to cancel out, Hunter. You're just going to get really sad about it again.
Nope.
Because the difference between the Celtics and the Cavs are when it's time to win basketball games in the playoffs, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown play better. When it's time to win basketball games in the playoffs, James Harden and the entire Cleveland Cavaliers play worse. You know what I'm saying?
Not Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell does not. He shows up. He shows up. We didn't really do a draft for that one, and I don't think we're going to do a draft for the other one because it's a 2-man race. Who are you taking? And then I have a question. Rookie of the year. Are you a Con guy? Or are you a Cooper guy? Who are you taking, Rich?
I'm taking Cooper Flag, but
You have to.
But Khan is fucking amazing, bro. Dude is like,
He's
I
special.
don't think if it's anybody else other than Cooper Flag in this class, I think he wins it. But Cooper Flag has just shown like Khan's a great shooter. He's a great basketball player, period. But Cooper Flag, I think, has just shown us what we look for in like what we call a generational talent. Like we've seen great shooters, you know. Not to say like what Khan's doing is easy to do or somebody's gonna. I only see it being replicated in the next few years. We're not gonna see another Cooper Flag until he, you know, somebody his kid's age is coming up. You know, like that generation. Like he's one of those kind of talents, and he's shown the ability just to not only work inside of a system but be the system. And I think that's the difference between him and Khan. Is Khan is kind of working with what Charlotte has going on. They play great team basketball, but down the stretch, Cooper Flag is the guy. Whether he's being a facilitator, whether he's being a scorer, he's shown he can do it all. He's really like his basketball IQ. I think is on another level. It makes me think of like LeBron or maybe like even
LeBron.
even James Harden. The way he's able to see the game, he just sees the game differently, bro. So that's the difference for me between the two. But constantly,
and he plays elite defense.
What'd you say?
He rebounds at an elite level. Elite defense, elite rebounder. With the IQ, and the scoring is way better than we ever would have imagined.
Yeah.
He had 51 and then 45 the next night.
Yeah, as soon as I put him on my parlay, he had like 20.
Yeah,
I think
that's just what it is.
Okay,
there was a real argument for Khan. Like, I think there was a real argument for Khan like maybe 2 weeks ago, but there's not
Before
even
those
really
2
an
games,
argument anymore.
It's not an argument anymore.
But Cooper Flag beats him in everything but 3-point shooting. So it's just
there are two kinds of
just
players.
no world where he should win it.
Not there are two kinds of players. These guys are two kinds of players. You have guys that are stars but are like star role players. Right? Like the examples would be like Klay Thompson.
Ray Allen.
Like you're never running, Ray Allen. You're never running your offense through Klay Thompson, but Klay Thompson would fit in any offense, and he's going to give you 25 a night. And he's going to shoot 40% from three. That's the kind of player Con Knuckle is. He's that elite. Con's a better ball handler and passer. Ray Allen, I think, is a great comp for him.
People forget about
a mix of early and late Ray Allen. Yeah. When he was with the Bucks and the Sonics, he was athletic. He was explosive. Hunter, my question for you is different. I'm not going to ask Rich this question because I know his answer. I want you to pretend that you are the GM of the new Las Vegas team, and you can start your franchise with one of two players that you get to pick from. This is right now today, this version of these players. Okay? You can start your franchise with Cooper Flag or Luka Doncic. What are you picking?
Probably going Luka, Alex.
You're going Luka?
Hey, this ain't even.
He's already been to the finals.
He's 19.
I get that, but you've seen how to build a team around Luka.
He has the most 40-point games by a teenager ever. He passed LeBron, and LeBron had an extra year.
I hear you, bro.
I get that. You are also he's up against Luka, who was in a real take for MVP. It's not like you're giving a choice at no one. It's someone who's been to the finals. You've seen how to build a team around him.
What happened?
Okay.
Well, he wasn't a Laker no more.
Good for you. We've seen how to. You now see how you build a team around Luka for it to work. So you can actually see the path on how to win.
Can I tell you my biggest fear with Luka?
You have to learn how to do all that with Cooper Flag.
My biggest fear is with how the end of the season is working off, is how the end of the season is playing out, that the Utah Jazz are going to throw a bag at Austin Reeves, and he's going to leave. LeBron is going to leave. You're going to have a bad year with Luka next year. And then they're going to hopefully sign somebody. And if not,
Well, you have to sign Luka too.
I know they have signed Luka too, but they would have a max contract, a max space next year. But
But
my
my
fear
point
is
is, he
Austin
has.
Reeves leaves, and we never got to see the potential of what this team was going to be in the playoffs this year because this team is really good.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to say it about the Lakers. This team was really good. If you just get a center that's a little better than DeAndre Ayton, like just a little better fit for Luka, like this team could have beat
And that was the
anyone.
point I was making
I'd have him right up there with the
about
Nuggets.
the Cooper Flag and Luka debate. This isn't just me being a Lakers fan. We've just seen, and don't get me wrong, Cooper Flag still has time to build. They don't. I don't think they really know what's. We have no sample size for real about like what lineup.
I understand, but you just called him generational. That's the only thing
Absolutely,
I'm saying.
so was Luka though.
Yeah, but you're also comparing him against a current MVP level player. It's not like you're taking him against
argument.
a no.
All I'm saying is I think I would take the guy that's 7 years younger, and
you just also have to find a way to hate on Luka. You have to always find a way to hate on him.
I think he's a top 5 or 6 player in the league. I just want him to care when it comes to the playoffs. The fact
they took his beer, okay? Look, can you? They took his beer and he gave up. I don't know why you're upset.
Luka makes me mad because he's so good, and then he does the stupid stuff he does to lose games.
I think it depends on whether or not, or I think it depends on, are you trying to win right now, or do you see something possibly in the future? Pick up Cooper Flag.
But I think that's the argument I'm making is if you're a GM, I think you would actually have to think about this. This isn't a decision you would make like that.
No, but Luka is also young enough where you can think for the future too. It's not like he's in his 30s.
Yeah, but if you start looking at those hamstring injuries and those calf injuries and the $70 million a year where Cooper's still on a rookie deal, like that's the only argument I'm making. Luka is a better player than Cooper Flag. I'm not making that argument. I'm just saying the point is how good Cooper Flag is because we all know Luka is one of the premier guys. If you had to start here,
I will give you
Luka's one of the 5 guys you say.
Since you do have to build for the future no matter what and can't go win now as an expansion team, is what you were going for, which first off, neither of them would be an expansion team pick. That's just not happening.
It's just conceptually, if you could take one player, how confident are you that you can build a team immediately that can win? That's also part of the argument.
Depends on your GM skills. Are you?
I've seen Hunter play fantasy football. It would not go well for him.
Hey,
I have a championship.
Looking kind of nice. I ain't gonna win shit this year.
Look, Alex, I just want to say there's only been 3 champions in the last 5 years, and I'm one of them.
Do you want a cookie?
You're also one of them. I'll give you that.
Yeah. What do you want to do? You want to hold hands?
Yeah, bro.
No, I'm good.
Will you be the Diana Rossini to my Mike Vrabel? That's crazy, bro. They got caught holding hands. They're like, it just happens. This is what happens when you're colleagues. Like, y'all are both married. Shut up.
No, but I hear what you're saying.
Okay.
Cooper Flag. I think there's no wrong answer. Honestly,
I think you would lose sleep over that. I would, because there's also the argument there's a real argument. Cooper Flag is never as good as Luka is today.
Hold up. Were you just I don't know. I didn't. Were you trying to fight for Nico Harrison's job right now? Is that what was happening?
That's the bit. That's the
whole
I know.
Bit. It took me a while. Were you trying to fight for him to keep his job? Is that what you're going for?
There's a real argument you could make that the Mavericks actually ended up on the better side of this thing. Now,
yeah,
did
but
Cooper
he
Flag
couldn't
have anything to do with the trade?
Pick one, no.
Cooper Flag had nothing to do with the trade, and the trade essentially turned into Max Christie and whatever they got from the Wizards. Max Christie, Chris Middleton, and 2 bad first-round picks. Okay, it was an awful trade. One of the worst trades ever. I'm just saying, the Mavs kind of lucked out because now they don't have to pay Luka $70-something million, and they've got another generational talent on a rookie deal.
Yeah, but it wasn't their GM making a good move that did it,
Absolutely
though.
Not. I don't give Nico no kind of credit.
Nico Harrison saw the vision, bro. No, he saw the vision.
He see himself getting booted.
Rich, you should be Nico's biggest fan.
I am, but that don't mean he's not a dumbass.
You owe Nico everything.
That doesn't mean he's not a dumbass. But thanks, bro.
Oh gosh, thanks. I don't know who goes first. Let's do a quick. These last 2. Let's do last 3. Let's do them pretty quick. Most improved player, I'll take the first overall pick. He's kind of the runaway favorite. Nikhil Alexander-Walker. I've always loved him. Never thought he was going to average 20 a game. He's been all for the Hawks, man.
From 9 points, yeah.
Like, for most improved, he's been special. Hunter, who are you taking?
Probably Jalen Duren.
Yep, he's second in the odds.
Possibly All-NBA from wasn't really an all-star level player last year. Still really good, but close to a 20-point per game scorer.
Yeah. I do want to throw
Best
Neemi's
team in the
Queta
league.
in the ring.
And not the league, East. Well,
I just want to put Neemi's name out.
But no.
Fine, if you're doing that, Jalen Tyson should also be in consideration then.
Jalen Tyson's not even in the rotation anymore, Hunter.
He missed the 65 games. Okay, I also don't know if that's true.
He missed the 65 games because he gets coaches' decisions not play.
And that's not him being bad. That's just bad coaching.
And him being good, I'll tell you that much.
You went from loving Jalen Tyson to now this.
I love Jalen Tyson. My argument is that
you agree that he should be the starting small forward, and this is just not happening.
He's their best option at the 3. I don't even think it's close.
Jalen Johnson.
Yes. See, it was between Jalen Johnson and Denny Avdia, and Israel doesn't have a lot of fans right now, so we're going to run with Jalen Johnson.
No, we ain't. Till we never.
Shout out to Big Netanyahu, though, right?
Till we get some shit figured out. Israel's.
I heard the Lakers are close to developing a nuclear weapon. Get rid of them, boy. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh shit.
Oh, that would. All right, 6-man. Rich, who you taking? This one's hard. The guy who's the favorite, I would have never guessed.
I wouldn't either. I was looking at that. I'm like,
yeah, I looked it up.
He's definitely not who I'm picking though. But
Hunter is a no. I can't wait to tell him.
No, I looked it up after you said I'm not telling you. I had to find out. So
I know he's kind of low in the odds, but I don't know if he started too many games. But I love AJ Mitchell on OKC.
AJ Mitchell's. I think he's a great answer.
I don't think he's played enough games. Is why he's there.
But yeah, every time he's been called on, bro, he just comes through. It might not be offensively, but he's going to find a way to impact the game and just impact the winning period. So AJ Mitchell is definitely probably my favorite on the list.
Yeah, I think he's one of those guys that could, not necessarily with his play style, but just from a numbers perspective, I really think he could end up on another team and basically be the CJ McCollum to somebody else's Dame Lillard.
Yeah, he is that good. Yeah.
Like, he's a better defender, but he's not that good of a scorer, but he's that good of a player.
And he wasn't even getting minutes last year. I'll take Keldon Johnson just because he's the favorite.
That's wild.
That's boring.
I'm second pick. I'm never getting the favorite, so I have to do it once.
Give me Reed. He just got better and better over the year.
Which one?
The Rockets are stupid. Reed Shepherd, not Naz Reid. Sorry, okay. I love Naz Reid. But give me Reed Shepherd. I just want to show him a little love. Shout out Jaime Jaquez, though.
Hey, shout out UCLA Women's College.
Shout out.
They won the national.
Shout out UCLA. Shout out Michigan. I didn't watch because I need to talk for a second. High Point got robbed.
Who got robbed?
It was at High Point University.
When did they lose?
They got robbed, bro. They got robbed. They beat what was it? Was it Wisconsin? They beat Wisconsin. And then they had this whole Coach Cal was paying the refs to get away with some stuff. Darius Acuff hit a couple clutch shots. Darius Acuff wishes he was Rob Martin. And Coach Cal wishes he was Tanner Krause.
Wait.
That's all I have to say about that.
Does he play for High Point?
He's one of the coaches.
Really?
He's one of the assistants.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
High
cool.
Point. They were the 12th seed. They won the first round. Yeah, shout out Tanner.
Bro. That's cool.
Love you much, Pookie. Mwah. All right, last one because Clutch Player of the Year is a fake award. Yeah. So we're not doing that. Coach of the Year, Rich, who you taking? Oh my gosh, King.
I know who I want to take here, but
do it.
I don't want to do it because
don't take him. Don't do it.
But I also want to do it because I don't want you to take him. But no, I got 3 guys.
He's my king.
I got 3 guys. JB Bickerstaff, Miss Johnson, and Joe Mazzulla.
We'll give you Mitch Johnson because Hunter wants to take Bickerstaff.
I like how you knew my plan.
I'll take
Former
take
Cavs
Mitch, bro.
coach.
I think it takes good coaching. Like you can have all the talent in the world. I know he's got Wemby, but just because Wemby's there doesn't mean that everything will just work out. I think the system that he's got them in, he's
He
capitalizing
also
off everything.
he got thrown into the coaching job too.
You said he would.
It was kind of like sudden when he got the coaching job last year too. It's not like he had time to prepare to be their head
And that's just
coach
like
in the
that
last
shows
few
you how great of
years.
a basketball mind he is now. I think that was the same thing with Joe Mazzulla because he wasn't even supposed to be the head coach. He maybe just got getting a little too freaky. Like,
Hey man, so how do you fumble me up, bro? That's crazy.
Craziest thing in the world, but
because his face looks like a square too. It's not like
one of them Minecraft villagers, the ones you be trading with.
Yeah, he kind of does, bro. I don't really play Minecraft. I'm kind of a Minecraft hater. Yeah. I might be a bigger Minecraft hater than I am a Luka hater.
That feels impossible, but
I'm not that big of a. I think Luka's a top 5 to 7 player.
I think you already didn't like Luka, and then with him being a Laker now, it just gives you all the more reasons to just hate him.
I already didn't like Luka. The shenanigans in the finals and getting kicked out of Game 3 for them to go down 3-0. Yeah. I just have a hard time having respect for a guy that does stupid stuff like that. And then he went on the Lakers. It's like I'll never like him. It's over, bro. I already was on the fence about like, do I want to like this guy or not? It's over. The second he goes to the Lakers.
JT is one of my favorite players in the league.
No, I like Austin Reeves. Okay, honestly, I like LeBron, even though he destroyed my team for years. I got all the respect in the world for Bron. I think LeBron.
He loves
underrated.
Marcus Smart.
Oh, don't get me started on Marcus. That's my goat.
But yeah, Mitch Johnson.
But the other thing about Mitch Johnson is the amount of pressure you have taking up after the greatest coach of all time, and then to be good, that's difficult. And I think he deserves a lot of props there too. He got handed a bad team, and he had to suddenly take over for Greg Popovich of all people. The expectations have to be through the roof, but he has exceeded them. He was doing a really great job. He doesn't get enough love.
Tim Duncan, I saw him at the beginning. I saw Tim Duncan just around the team a lot, and especially with Greg Popovich because he was going through stuff with his wife and then his own health stuff. So he was just around the team a lot, and I feel like that really helped Mitch Johnson kind of get accustomed to the culture of San Antonio. So I think that was really helpful for him. I might be completely off, but from the look of it, he kind of benefited from just having that presence around him.
Hunter, you're gonna take JB Bickerstaff. Do we really need to talk about him?
Yeah, he's great at making players better. He's good at getting you out of a rebuild.
What else can he do?
He'd not change those playoff lineups. That's what he can't do.
He really looks like one of the Minecraft villagers. Maybe more so before.
Yeah, he's even worse. And shout out Joe Maz. He's an actual crazy person. I think he's the best coach of the NBA. And 2 years ago, I hated him and I wanted him fired. So we've come a long way, Joe Maz. I love you dearly now. I'm sorry for every mean thing I ever said about you in 2022 or in 2023.
His media,
I was just sad because we went to the finals.
His presence in the media is exactly how I think I would be because I don't.
100%.
I don't care enough to give them real answers. But I feel like it is real though. Like I feel like he's being legit.
I don't feel like his is just not doesn't care enough. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the more unhinged version of Popovich. Like Popovich was like that too. This is the more unhinged version. That's it. Clutch Player of the Year is a fake award, so we're not going to even talk about it. Next time we're going to talk playoffs. We're going to do some finals predictions. I'm pumped. We're back. It's the Trade Machine Podcast. Everybody tell Hunter he's a cutie in the comments. Peace.
Don't do that.